Hi, I'm Dr. Makin, founder of the Health and Wellness Institute of Utah. Thank you for joining me today. I hope we share some information with you that will be of benefit to your life, something that will help you to obtain better health and ultimately more happiness. Because let's face it, if you're not healthy, you're not happy. And if you don't know and follow these three basic but crucially important principles, it is impossible for you to truly be healthy. So let's talk about principle number one. Okay, we need to start asking the right questions. What do I mean by this? Let's look at a wilting plant. What's the first thing you think of when you see a wilting plant? Probably like myself, you ask, gee, I wonder if this plant has enough water. Or sometimes we even ask, well, gee, I wonder if this plant had too much sun. Okay, so why is it when we see a wilting plant, we ask, I wonder what this might be deficient in or toxic in? Toxic is having too much. Well, we ask that about a plant, but we won't ask that about a human. Let's say sometimes we have a headache. When was the last time we stopped and asked, gee, I wonder if I've eaten something or been exposed to something that was toxic to me that's giving me a headache? Or perhaps maybe I'm deficient in something, maybe I'm dehydrated. So we need to start asking the right questions and start asking what is causing the problem? What's at the core of this problem? Not just, gee, I wonder what the problem is. What can I take to get rid of it? Okay, as I'm going to explain right now, there's only two main reasons why you will ever get sick or have problems in the body. And that is you will either have too much of something, like I talked about, you'll be toxic, or you'll have too little of something or be deficient. Okay, those are always and will remain the only two reasons why you will ever have problems in the body. It gets a little more complicated than that, which I'll explain here soon. So as we're asking questions, it's very important to ask the right questions. First we need to ask, well, what does it mean to be healthy? How can we be healthy if we don't know what it means? Well, according to the World Health Organization, their definition is health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So what does that mean? Well, health is balance. Health is having complete physical, mental, and social well-being. We need to have a complete well-being in many areas to be balanced, to be healthy. Okay? And it doesn't mean just not having symptoms or disease. It's not enough to just feel okay. Okay, so let's move on to principle number two. Okay, as with any aspect in life, health is all about balance. Just like we read in that definition, if you are imbalanced chemically or emotionally or structurally, then you're going to be imbalanced in your total health. And it's impossible to stay healthy and remain healthy if you're imbalanced. Okay, this is what I like to call a triad of health. Okay, as you can see here, proper balance equals health, according to definition. Okay, there are three main aspects of our health: chemical, emotional, and structural. These three basic aspects will contribute to our overall health. If we have any type of imbalance, which causes too much or too little of any of the three, it's going to cause us to be sick or have a headache or neck pain, elbow pain, any type of sickness, and we'll get into more of that. Okay, so this is what it might look like when we have an imbalance. As you can see here, the chemical side is way overriding the emotional side, structural side way overriding the emotional side. Each of these sides of the triad will affect the other. Okay, a good example of chemical might be your nutrition. Maybe you're eating really unhealthy food, too many fried foods or carbohydrates, too much soda pop. That's going to cause an imbalance in your chemical side. Okay, that's a good explanation of too much. Deficient would be too poor healthy nutrition. Maybe you're not getting enough fruits and vegetables. What about structure? It is possible to exercise too much. If you have an injury or something like that, that's a good example of having too much structural movement. Too little would obviously be a lack of exercise and broken bones, a breakdown of your structural side. Emotion, that's pretty self-explanatory. Really easy for us to see how stress and other things like that would allow us to be overriding our emotional side. It's also unhealthy to have too little emotion. Emotions are healthy. They should be healthy. We just need to use them in the right context. So as you can see here, imbalance in this health triad is going to lead to major health problems. Okay, so how do we keep everything in balance? How do we keep this triad of health working properly? Well, there's going to be two main ways. Okay, so right here we can see the nervous system and the meridians have arrows pointing down. What that means is these two systems, the nervous system, which includes your brain and nerves, the meridians, which include 14 main meridians, which are pathways that carry energy throughout the body. These two systems will control and properly maintain and regulate the balance in the body, making sure that everything's functioning properly. If we have a problem with these two systems, the body can't keep everything balanced and intact. Another thing is that we must take responsibility, and we must make healthy lifestyle choices daily. Okay? So here's principle number 3. Small and simple things will bring about big changes, big health benefits. Okay? So this is a perfect example. Did you know drinking one less can of soda pop every day will lead to an average loss of 10 pounds in 1 year? I mean, that's a huge difference. You think about it. I don't know what the average American drinks in soda pop. Probably average American drinks 2 cans of soda pop a day. If the average American just dropped that down by 1, that American would lose an average of 10 pounds in a year. That's a lot of sugar. Not to mention the other side effects from and bad outcomes of drinking soda pop. So let's just have a quick little review. Okay, number 1, you must ask the right questions. Number 2, health is all about balance, keeping things working properly. And number 3, small changes make big health changes. Okay, make big differences. Hope you enjoyed this quick little presentation. Hopefully you got something out of it, and something that will inspire you to really take your health into your own hands and make it a serious lifestyle change.